The nights. The tragic nights. Nights of tragedies spread throughout the devil's domain, Earth. Every night when we go to sleep, somewhere, a tragedy is falling onto a human soul. Sadness and death and destruction and madness and murder and decay lurk in every region of the planet. No spot is left untouched. No place on earth does the devil Mephistopheles not have his influence, his style, his way, his personality stamped on it. For the earth is truly the devil's dominion ever since the fall. Ever since mankind's fall, the Lord decreed that Mephistopheles would be in charge with whoever torturing humanity, for punishment against the seed of Adam and Eve, punishment for Adam and Eve's fatal mistake, the fatal flaw of mankind, the greatest of all evils humanity has ever conjured up, to think of themselves as God. Until the day comes when the Redeemer, that never was, Jesus Christ, makes his return to earth, which will never happen. Until that day, that never will be, humanity will continue to be slaughtered, go insane, lose hope, kill each other, which of course implies the obvious. The Lord has always intended to forever torture and subjugate humanity. The Lord has never had plans, never, ever, any intentions to ever make life easier for mankind. The Lord has since the beginning of human history created false leaders, only to tear them down, and the people that follow them. The Lord has always created false hope, only to beat down human beings, to strike men and women low, to ensure they stay in their proper places of subjugation and servitude. Pain will continue forever and ever. Tragedy will continue forever and ever. Suffering, unnecessary suffering, and unspeakable horrors will continue. But there were those, the free spirits, such as Faust and others, and real free spirits unseen in the material world by the five senses, those souls or spirits which were not bound by the Lord's laws, those who, yes, must recognize his laws when in his realm, this universe, this reality of restriction, duality, and bondage, but who, because of their free natures, were not tied down to his reality, were not his slaves, his servants. For while the Lord is more powerful and dominant than anything else in his domain, he is not the force, the being, the thing, or no thing, the Tao, if you will, the chaos, God itself, Babylon, that which permeates throughout not only the Lord's universe, but other ones and other forms of existence, Brahman. The Lord is not that which is not. That is the Lord's mother and father, whom the Lord denies. Now, in the middle of the night, the late time of night, that time which is only a couple hours away from morning and the dawn, we find Faust in his studies, ecstatic, nervous, expectant, exhilarated, as he labored and sweated over the various cacophony of instruments and tubes and glass objects and filters and potions and chemicals and minerals and crystals and rocks and the various other aspects to his German Renaissance laboratory. The Lord was right. Faust had found a way to create Soma, the drug of the gods, the drug which for a brief period in human history, the Indo-European people, from kings, queens, and the lowest of the low, beggars, thieves, prostitutes, pimps, gangs, yea, even artists, yes, even that low, such as writers, actors, architects, musicians, and the like, even they were all addicted to it. Everyone participated in the daily intake of Soma, a drug so powerful that the user felt as if a god, and did indeed actually become a god. The eyes dilated, and their eyes completely blackened, so the entire eye was completely black. No other color, not white, nothing, was on the human eye except for black, and the person was almost in a constant state of alertness. Once over the initial shock to the system, which could last between 1 to 3 months, once the the entire human biological system could adapt to the soma, the individual was still alert, their eyes still dilated and all black, but they were calm and at ease at the same time. It was as if the human body needed time to adjust, and once adjusted, it felt like in its proper form of existence. For every individual who partook in soma felt like a god for the simple reason that the insecurities, the doubts, the anxiety, the nerves, the fears, the emotional pain and turmoil and sadness and depression they normally felt no longer had a hold over them. Yes, of course, pain and death was not altogether eliminated. People still died, people still could argue and fight, feel loss and pain and anger. Human emotions were not eliminated, but human beings were no longer victims to the whims of negative and destructive emotions. Humans were free, truly liberated in the most real and true way. It was not a false and illusory trick creation, a trick the mind was doing on itself. It was studied by the priests and others and found to be biologically true. The human body and mind physically altered, and thus created a new breed of humans.